Hey pals, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you may be, whatever time it may be. It is good to have you, as always, in the collective colloquial here. Eric McFarlane here in the Hey Pal Radio studio. The WNBL season is over for 2025-26, but as with life, an ending becomes a new beginning. Blink and you miss it, and we have NBL 1 across the land, 3x3 tournaments on the horizon for our gang. Movement, we hope, in the WNBA space and the season in a positive way for the players. And our Opals gear up in a World Cup year as Germany awaits. But first, Turkey. New beginnings as well here on Hey Pal Radio as we move with the times and present to you our listening viewership. Some viewership! We are here for the first time broadcasting you in living colour as a video podcast. So, whatever your viewership preferences, we have got you covered now on Hey Pal Radio. But, as Seal would bemoan, time keeps on slipping into the future. Let's not go there too quickly. We have an incredible year to celebrate, both individually and as part of her team. Well, teams. One of our absolute favourites, one of the biggest supporters in the early days of the show, and we are in no doubt one of her biggest supporters. On the other side of this, we check in over in Istanbul with our guest, Alex Fowler. Our guest on Hey Pal Radio is an absolute superstar. I could leave the introduction there, but my oh my, the last year and a half has seen this person break out into the national basketball consciousness with incredible performances at national and international level. An Asian Cup winner, an Asian Cup MVP. And as we connect the wires out to Turkey just 8 days ago at the time of recording, after winning the WNBL Championship for the hometown Townsville Fire, it's fair to say it's been a whirlwind week. Of course, I speak, the one, the only, Alex Fowler. Fowler, hey pal.
Hi, thanks for having me on here.
Thank you. We were talking throughout the week, and I was surprised I got a hold of you during this week because it's been busy, but also just talking about the whirlwind it must have been. So I thank you so much for your time in between media and practice over there in Turkey at the moment for the Opals. But I've got to ask you a pretty easy question to start with, right? You're now a WNBL champion for the Townsville Fire. How's that sit with you?
Yeah, I think it still hasn't fully hit that's what I am now. I think, yeah, it's kind of crazy. That was my first championship. I think, you've always dreamed of that, and now it's finally happened. And as bad as it sounds, I'm like, oh, next day, next thing that's coming up. Like, you still just keep, I think that's every basketball. You're like, oh, what's next? But like, to actually sit back and let it sink in, you're like, damn, I did that.
Do you get a chance to let it sink in? I did mention you're already in Turkey with the green and gold on. Did you at least allow yourself a few days to celebrate and enjoy the moment there with the team?
Yeah, I did. I definitely did. During the week after, that few days after when we won, I definitely was able to celebrate with the team. Not as much as I probably would have liked, but I think it was really special just to be around the girls and to just see how happy everyone was. That was really cool.
I mentioned it there in the introduction, the last sort of 12 to 18 months. We've spoken obviously before on the second episode of the show about all the hard work you put into getting to the WNBL college, all of that stuff that you've gone through. So sometimes people see like a really successful year and a half and think overnight success. We know it's not that, but really have taken your game to a whole new level. Is there anything you can sort of put it down to, or something that has changed with yourself that has caused this magnificent year and a bit where you've become WNBL champion, broken out in the WNBL, Asian Cup MVP? Is there anything you can think of that's really sort of taken it to that next level?
I mean, I think I was just in a very lucky position and been given an opportunity, where doors opened for me, and I really took advantage of that. I think every athlete, if they want to be, can work hard to try get to where they want to, and I think I'm just like one of those players. I put in a lot of hard work for that. A little bit of luck too, I think, honestly. It was unfortunate there were some injuries, I think, and I got pulled into that camp, Opals camp, initially, and then from there on, like, opportunity just opened for me, so I was really grateful for that. But yeah, I mean, hard work in the end. It really does pay off. I think that's something I've learnt in the later years, probably not as much in my junior years. I wasn't nearly as hardworking as I am now, so but I really do enjoy it. I really like, with the Fire, it's easy for me to put in the hard work because of the coaches that I have around me.
I mean, that seems to be like the thing that people always talk about. I know we've spoken about previously as well about the Townsville setup. We had Chloe on recently just before the final series as well. Can you take us into that learning environment? What is it that sort of flicks that attitude switch that makes you work that much harder or sort of improve so much? Because, I mean, there's got to be some sort of secret sauce going on here because it's just doesn't fail the Shannon Seabohm Star Making Factory.
I think it's the standard that we set at the start of each season. We have like discussions on team goals and team values and the standards we have for each other, and being able to hold each other accountable. And I know a lot of teams probably have these talks, but I think we're a team that actually puts into place what we say at the start of season, and Shannon always comes back to it during season and be like, these are the values we spoke about early on. Are we doing this? Do you see this? And I think that, but also it's like a domino effect. You see like half the team or a few players every day before training doing little indies with their coaches. Like it just makes you want to do it too. Like we all kind of fall into place, like the dominoes, as you say, because like you see your other teammates doing it and you're like, damn, I want to be able to do that. Like, and the coaches, our coaches are insane. The hours they put in, especially like Miles Bench, who I have, he's like a coach down in the East. He's an amazing, like he just says yes to everything. Doesn't matter what hour it is. Like if he's been at the stadium for 6 hours, he'll come back that afternoon at like 5, 6 p.m. Like he's insane. The amount of hours he's put in for us is really, yeah, something that doesn't go unnoticed for us players. We think he's incredible for that, but they also just give us so much confidence too. Like it's cool for them that we were talking about it when we won. He was like, it's cool for them to see the stuff that they worked on with us during our indies be put into games, and for us to all see that happen. And we're all like, oh my God, we were doing that in training. Like that's cool that it's showing up as well.
I feel as though sometimes you're right. The coaches and the support staff maybe don't get the flowers that they maybe deserve.
No.
It's something that obviously the Fire organisation really do appreciate. You know, the Townsville community all comes together as well, so it probably helps as well that everyone's in such like touching distance of the stadium. Everything gets lit up orange and things like that. Is there anything that you would want to say that maybe people don't understand and appreciate about those coaches and about those support staff?
Oh, the hours, like they give up their entire life basically. And I know that's kind of part of the job. I know that's what they kind of sign up for, but they make it an enjoyable workplace. Like we get to show up every day and we joke around with them. We like have fun with them. Like a few of us go to breakfast before training every day. Like it makes it so much more enjoyable to have like a whole environment where everyone's comfortable with each other, everyone gets to mess around, but when it comes to like training, we can get on each other and maybe we're mad in the moment for the day, or when training starts we walk off the court, we're all fine, but it's like a safe environment. So I think that's really cool and special, and they help lead that, they create that for us.
Now, speaking of leaders, one of the best leaders in the league. Depending on what tinted glasses you're wearing, you probably say the best leader in the league, Courtney Woods. Just a real testament to someone who from the outside, who hasn't had any dealings with Woody, but seems really fun, really engaging, and a great leader, and someone as well who's worked hard to bring themselves into the position they have as well. From someone on the outside looking in, what is it like to be a teammate under the leadership of Courtney Woods?
Yeah, I mean, she's incredible. I think her story is really special. She's been through it all in every stage, every position of any player in the WNBL. She went from not ever seeing the court and getting DMPs to like being the star player of our team, and like, she's very humble about it too. Like she's a player that doesn't have to score all the points. She finds way to help get other people points, get their scoring going, like, great rebound, all those kind of things. I think she just, the way she was able to lead this team this year was really special. Like she's a calming kind of presence for the team, and as a captain, her and Froles do a great job of that. But also when we need to lock in, can be stern and be like, guys, that's not good enough. Like we need to be better. Like this isn't good for us. So I think having a leader that can hold us accountable on some things, but also still have the joy and the fun and things and likes to mess around is really really sometimes rare to find as well. And I think she did an amazing job of that this year.
the proof is in the proverbial pudding. And the pudding, of course, this is a terrible analogy that's going sideways already, but the pudding was the championship and claiming that. Now, I want to go back to probably the greatest finals game that we've ever seen in the WNBL. So we can sort of go through it as chronologically as we can, but I just want to go to yourself. How tough must it have been, sitting on the bench there in those last moments? What was going through your mind when you were, unfortunately put in the role of a spectator, although a very engaging, involved spectator?
A lot of things that, yeah, that was really hard. I was struggling to even watch too, because you just feel it so much. It's so intense, and especially credit to Perth, like especially at that court, and like how good Perth are, and especially when they're hot and they're rolling, like you just don't know what's going to happen. I think Woody and I were sitting there next to each other, and we're like, oh my god, and we're like, this is like it was just so hard to watch, but at the
Yeah,
same time, like, I felt so proud because no matter anyone's like how many minutes each person played, whatever, when people came on, they did their role and they did an amazing job. Like I think Tell getting that rebound, Chantel, like she didn't play nearly as many minutes, but she like was someone who
yeah,
like every time she stepped on the court played a huge role. Like she just did everything that she was in the right spot. She got rebound. She was a big body. Like it was just so good. And Lucy came out and she played out of her skin, played amazing, she was fearless, and then getting that stop
yeah.
right at the end against Ali. I think just everyone stepped up in different ways, and it was really, really special to see that.
What sort of creates that belief in the group? Is that it's very hard to say that in a grand final series that's going to overtime and all those moments. But do you sort of train those sort of scenarios to, as best you can, feel prepared for those big moments?
Yeah, I think also, yes, we definitely do in some sense, but I think it also comes back to like the way that we train our team is also we kind of play similar. So like we're a very composed team. We're a very structured, composed team. We know what the next play is usually going to be, and I think that also helps us in game time situation where you need a big play or we just know who we need to get the ball to, and we know everyone knows their roles in those situations. So I think because of the style that we have and the way that Shannon coaches us and how he stays composed in those situations, we all kind of we get the vibe off each other. We're like we know where we need to be. We know what we need to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an even team. It's such a deep squad that you have there at Townsville. We spoke about it in the preview episode we did with Mal and Jacinta, and it doesn't go. You don't go deep into your bench often, but when you do, the players come off the bench and they perform. And I think Chantel, I'm glad you shouted her out because I was going to as well. Coming into the team late, having the injury throughout the year, and then that is a clutch, probably best O board ever, even though she'll probably humbly try and sort of shift the focus, I reckon.
Oh, for sure.
First moments when you know that you've won the championship, what's going through your mind that very moment where the buzzer goes and you go, you know what, this is it, it's done, we've clocked this off, we're the champions.
Um, it was all worth it. Everyone, we all were when we won. We were all like embracing each other, and we're like this season was so worth it. Like everything, all the hard work we put in. Like we joke about it, but like our trainings are hard. Like we train a lot, and like for a good reason, obviously. Like it's all pays off in the end. But like we put our bodies through a lot, and like it gets physical in training. So like we really do prepare ourselves for games, but we joke about we were put through an army course day, and that was like the hardest thing we've ever done in our life. Like it was insane, but like it's just those kind of things we all stopped and were like, it was worth it. Like it was all worth it for this feeling. Like it's insane.
The Army Day, tell us a little bit more about that because I think you would have, I don't want to rub this in your face, but I think you missed it with the parade. Your team were going around the city in army tanks of all things. So there's obviously that strong connection with the Army and the partnership with the Fire. But tell us a little bit more about the Army Day. What's involved with that's the toughest day that you had?
Oh my god, it was insane. It was a it was set up to bond our team for sure, but it was also set up to kind of give us a push into being resilient in preseason. I think it was like week 2 of preseason, and it was kind of just a way of like basically putting us through something so physically hard and demanding that we rely on our team to support each other. And it was really great. It was great bonding for us, great way to get to know each other and know our strengths and weaknesses and, all that. It also just bonded us as a joke going throughout the season. We're like, we've done something harder than this. And that's what Sam and Shannon wanted from us, is like they wanted us to, like, as we would go into trainings or into situations, they wanted to be like, you've done something harder, you've done something physically harder that you were able to finish and complete. And that was kind of like just a mental thing. But it's also amazing. The Fire and the Army partnership is incredible. Like, they are huge supporters for us, and to be the only team in the league in Australia, I think we're the only sporting team in Australia that's sponsored by the Army. It's like really, really cool. So yeah, it's still
Okay.
really cool experience, but it was really hard.
Well, I mean, it's the special connection that your team has with the city, let alone with the army there. It just permeates, and I was fortunate enough to see a game in Townsville live earlier this year, and it's one of those things that next year, for those who are thinking about it, it's definitely something you have to experience to go up to Townsville and see a game there. Even if the Fire aren't your team, I can't recommend it highly enough. I've got to quickly go back to celebrations, and without breaking too many confidences and what we can publish, if you had to give a MVP medal to the best teammate during celebrations, who do you think would be claiming the medal?
Oh, celebrations. There's a lot up there. Katie, our young one, she's definitely up there. Chantel is just like, she's just the life of the party. She's so herself and just loves to share the love and celebrate everyone. Like, yeah, I'd put her up there too for sure. It's hard. I think we got a lot of people that are like that.
Can I submit to you my submission from what I could observe from far away, which is obviously the best vantage point rather than being in the circle clearly. But having a look at Coxie get Fire Up tattooed on her lip, that's gotta get her on the podium for sure.
Oh yeah, she's definitely up there. She's fan for life now too. Like, she's tied to the fire for life. No, I think there were 7 girls that got fire tattoos. Yeah, there was a bunch. So I think each
Oh
night
wow.
there may have been someone else would be up there. I think every night there was someone that had a different role in one night, more celebrating than others. So I think, yeah, I was pretty sad about the parade, but
Yep.
because it was the final thing. Like, they did a week of celebrating. Like, it truly was a week of celebrating. Some of those young ones are
Mm.
insane. The way that they can go. Yeah, Coxie's definitely up there.
I always get told off at my 9 to 5 for calling myself the old person and referring to everyone else as young. I don't know if you can refer to other people as young yet, but maybe that's just me playing my generational gap card there.
Yeah.
I don't know that you're that far removed from that group. But that said, you said that they gave a week. You were already flown on the other side of the world. A lot of those players who are staying in Australia will be preparing for the NBL 1 coming up. There's the old saying, a tiger doesn't change their stripes, but you decided to change your stripes to become a tiger. So, number one, staying in Perth, and two, heading to Willetton after a season at Perry Lakes. I know that last time we spoke about this, you were always very keen to play basketball in Perth, and I know last year was probably disjointed a little bit for good reasons with all the national representation. Yeah, the thinking behind staying in Perth for the NBL 1 season when you get back and then heading to Willetton.
Oh, I love Perth. I genuinely had the best time in Perth, and at Perry Lakes. That group was amazing. The just everything about Perry Lakes I really enjoyed. From like the staff management to all the players. Like, I really, really had a great time there. I was actually kind of sad not to be going back at some point too. But no, I'm really excited for Willetton. I just think Perth is like, if it wasn't so far away, it'd be the perfect place for me. I'm able to work out at Waste there. I've got so many coaches there. The teams are always amazing. There's so much to do in Perth. I really do love the lifestyle there too.
Are the family happy that they get to wing some other trips to Perth now this year as well?
Yes and no. They wish it wasn't on the other side of the world, the other side of the country, but no, they're looking forward to another trip to Perth. They are excited.
Whilst we come towards the end here, you speak of being on the other side of the world, albeit a Freudian slip, but you are on the other side of the world at the moment, in Turkey, ready for the World Cup qualifying tournament. Now, the Opals are in the really privileged position of having already qualified for Berlin and the World Cup later this year. So, interesting to think, what are you guys' goals? What are you looking to take out of this tournament, given that the qualifying aspect doesn't loom large over you guys, but obviously a great opportunity to take on some quality national teams?
Yeah, we kind of had like our first team meeting yesterday, and Sandy was just saying like our goals are still to win. Like regardless, like we're in a great position because we've qualified, but our goal is to go out there and win still. Like we're still going out there competing exactly the same way as we would be if we weren't qualified. So I am really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good challenge for us. We got 5 games, all really great teams. Going to be competitive games for sure. And also, I'm just really happy to be a part of a team. Like the talent we have is like insane. We were talking about it the
Yeah.
other day. Some of us, we were like, I'm on a team with like these insane players. Like these are players that I got to watch, and now I get to be a teammate of theirs. So I'm still, that's pretty cool to me.
It is so cool, and now that this is a video podcast, people can see how much of a nerd I am. So this won't surprise people. But I think when I was seeing some of the media day stuff that you guys were doing, and looking at all the names and faces, it looked like a full like Avengers Endgame, like all the superheroes coming together. That's how star-studded this team is at the moment. um, so with that said, I know that Sandy obviously has said the goals are to win, goals are to do that. But do you have any sort of your personal approach to it there, given that your last major tournament for the Opals was so hugely successful individually?
Um, no, I'm still going into it. I think probably the exact same way I went to Asia Cup. I think, yeah, I'm here to learn. I'm here to play whatever role is needed. I think coming into a team like this, you kind of just ready for whatever. I think I'm just really happy to be amongst like insane players. Like the IQ
Yeah.
on this team is insane. We've got so much talent here. So I'm really just excited to learn and to kind of get a feel for how everyone plays and just learn that with everyone. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be really fun.
And so for the fans here in Australia, we got the good news come through the socials earlier today that the games will be broadcast on ESPN and Disney Plus. So for all the basketball fans who'll be tuning in, obviously expecting a team that wants to win and wants to play really well in this tournament, but what should they expect to see with all this talent coming together?
I think just like a lot of grit. I think this team is a very high intensity, like constant effort running team. I think the style that we're going to have is really exciting, and I'm really excited to see how it goes in this tournament because we want to play fast, we want to play quick, we want to play relentless. So I think it'll be really kind of exciting style of basketball too. And yeah, I'm just excited to see how we go up against others.
And so am I, and so are so many basketball fans, and so grateful I am for your time. We're going to try something a little bit new here to finish off our chat today. We're trying something new with the first video episode at the end of season 3 of Hey Power Radio. Always so grateful to you. You were probably the first basketball to follow the account, and our second guest after we got Beck Cole, the premiership captain, on. So I thank you for trusting me with this, but we're going to play a little word association to finish things off. Now, I'm just going to say a word or a phrase, and the first thing that comes to your mind, it can be one word, it can be a sentence, it can be Hamlet's soliloquy for all we like. The power is yours, but I just want you to think of the first thing that comes to mind rather than us pepper you with the normal triple threat of questions at the end. Are you game to give that a go for us today?
Well, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Otherwise, it might go on the cutting room floor. Maybe.
Yeah.
Then this will be for naught. No one will hear this. All right, let's give it a go. Let's see how we go. Let's see if it's one and done or this is staying on. All right, so here we go. Word association with Alex Fowler. Best thing about the WNBL this year?
The exposure. I think the exposure and just like there's more eyes on the game, and you can tell like everything has lifted and upgraded.
The ownership of the league grants you one wish. What is it?
Oh. Ah, one. Okay. Just more money for the teams.
Good. We'll pay that literally. Opals.
Incredible joy and just privilege to be here.
Family.
Special.
The concept of a 5-game series.
Sounds so exhausting. But I would be there for it. I get it for the crowd approval. I believe that would be a great series.
The Perth Lynx.
Feisty Fury can get hot.
I'm not sure how this one will land because I don't think it exists for you at the moment, but downtime.
Oh, a day off. That sounds amazing.
And here you are spending your downtime with the show. Thank you for that. Hurting, not helping, or whatever that is. Mila Sowa.
Lights out shooter.
Shannon Seabom.
I want to say smart. I was one of the smartest coaches I've ever played for.
The Townsville Fire.
Loud, together. Just a loud and together community.
Well, that might parlay into the second last one, which is Townsville, the city.
What's the word? The support. The support's insane. Townsville City, they get behind us. So much support.
And the final one in our word association, what is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word champions?
Just a feeling of happiness and relief and knowing that it's there and we won that.
And as well you should. It was an amazing series. It was an amazing season. It felt as though it came down to the right two teams, and the performance from you guys, not only in that grand final series but throughout the season, is one that will be lauded for quite some time. I appreciate you spending some of your downtime, few and far between as it is when you're in Turkey on national duty. So thank you so much for jumping on the show today. Really excited to see what happens. So stoked for everything that has actually come for you so far, but excited to see what's next because there's still so many more awesome chapters to come. So thanks so much for your time today. All the best in the World Cup qualifying tournament, and all the best for the year ahead when we'll chat again soon, I'm sure.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me on here as well. I really appreciate it.
That brings us to the ending of this episode of Hey Power Radio. Thank you so much to Fowler for the wonderful chat and giving up some precious time in a fast-paced and packed week for her. Thank you to you, our wonderful, loyal, magnificent listening viewership. Well, perhaps viewership these days. Without you, this show doesn't exist, and I hope that with some exciting additions and the development of Hey Power Radio, that you enjoy it and continue to come along on our journey. There's no shortage of basketball on the horizon. As we mentioned in the intro, the NBL 1 is the local game on the scene, and I look forward to connecting you with the great people across the land and the conference in the season ahead. So we're not just staying in one, as we know, we're going to check in with every single conference that is out there. North, South, East, West, Central, you name it. Myself, personally, I'll be gearing up for my first season as a commentator in the NBL 1 South. And speaking of gearing up, or more specifically gear, you might have noticed, those watching along, this Hey Power shirt that I've squeezed into, quite literally at the moment. I've been toying with this idea for a while and would be interested if you were interested in copying one of these. That said, if there is interest and we do start making them available, I want to let you know right now that I do it to donate the profits, whatever minimal they may be. I tell you, there's no printing press I'm hiding amongst those Funko Pops at the moment. All the profits, whatever they may be, will go to charity. I'm looking at a charity that helps connect more people with sport and being active. whether that is for youth or disadvantaged people and groups of people. Please let me know if you know any charities that fill that brief, because if there's any interest in wearing this shirt and spreading the word and our love of the women's hoops community, I'd love to use that opportunity to do some good in some way. For now, though, it's the end of this episode. If you've liked what we've done, please share the word or some clips from the socials, or rate us on your preferred service. You know, those boffins love that. But we do appreciate you tuning in. So it's never expected to share anything. We appreciate it. If you can, it just helps the growth. But again, you tuning in, whether visually or auditory, I think that's the term, that's always all that we ask, and we're beyond grateful there. If you have suggestions as well, I mean, because you know the most important stakeholder we have here, if you have those suggestions, ideas, or feedback, we're always open to DMs, comments, or wherever you'd like to reach out. And so we greatly appreciate it. And we greatly appreciate your time. Time, it's our greatest luxury, and it's our asset that we hold as humanoids. So for you to give some of that to myself and the show, beyond grateful. So that's call time. And until next time, Eric McFarlane here saying, we'll see you then on Hey Power Radio. Bye, pals. Hey, Power.